formula is significant because it will take any triangle, it doesn't have to be a right triangle, and we don't have to know the height necessarily, you just have to know the three side lengths. So if, no, I'm just saying you'll see this again next year. So so what does S stand for? S is the perimeter, the sum of all the sides, right? The perimeter divided by 2. And then if you just plug it into this formula, okay, A, B, and C are the side lengths. So if we have a triangle that has sides 5, 7, and 9, you can figure out the area. Again, this is significant because we don't know, we didn't even have to figure out what the height was. It's the perimeter divided by 2. So what we could do for part B, we can show that this works for this triangle that has sides 3, 4, and 5. You recognize that's a Pythagorean triple. So if we find S, which ends up being 6, and then plug that into the formula, we get square root of 36, which gives us 6. And then what if we find it in the traditional way where we do 1/2 base times height? So 1/2 base times height also gives us 6.
I feel like one of the ways is a lot easier than the other.
Right, but what if you don't, my point is, what if you don't know the height? Okay?
So what if like it wasn't the right triangle?
Okay, so tell me, what if it,
What are you doing?
okay, so,
Jeez.
let me just show you. Let's say I just gave you sides that are 10, 12. Guys, why are we talking? So if we have sides that are 10, 12, and 18, how do you find the area of this?
Yeah.
What's the area formula for a triangle? 1/2 base, no, I'm just saying, like, before you know Heron's formula, you know it's 1/2 base times the height. But do we know the height?
No, we do
No.
not.
So I know the height has to be perpendicular to the base. Do we have enough information to find that height?
Nope.
Yeah, okay, well, we do.
Wait, what? I didn't get it. Where's the diagram?
Well, won't the height be different? Does anybody remember log cosines?
Yes.
No.
That's okay.
So log cosines, if you know 3 sides of a triangle, you could figure out, let's say, an angle theta. And then if you figured out this angle, could you use trigonometry to find out the height? Yes, but that would take a lot of work. So instead, they have this formula where all you need to know are the 3 sides.
I feel like this guy would just be really lazy and just like, I want to get it away.
Anyway, that's the significance of the formula. You don't need to use any trigonometry there.
Thank you for that.
All right.
I don't think half the people in this room actually heard that.
I think it's official that I'm a No, you're fine, bro.
For example,
Cameron,
like an alley.
Cameron, stop.
Couple things.
Okay, so we're going to move on to areas of trapezoids, rhombi, and kites. We'll start with trapezoid because that one you've probably done before. So a trapezoid has 2 bases. Right, so we just have base 1, base 2. It really doesn't matter which one you label as base 1 and base 2. What do we know about the bases of the trapezoid, though? They have to be parallel to each other. So we just have to make sure that these 2 sides are parallel. The other 2 sides are the legs. We don't need to know the legs at all. So the formula for the area of a trapezoid is the height, and then in parentheses, base 1 plus base 2, all divided by 2, or 1/2 times the height, and then in parentheses, base 1 plus base 2. So let's look at the first example, where we just want to find the area of the trapezoid. So they just gave us extra information here. We'll say base 1, right, is 16, and base 2 is 24. What's the height? 12. And then 16 plus 24. What do we get? 240? square yards. Good? Any questions there?
I like this stuff.
Okay, let's do the next one.
You're not going to in about 30 seconds.
Okay, so now we want to work backwards. We have the area. See if you can find the height.
Just goes downhill from that point.
Did we find it?
Thank God.
I got it.
Okay, so just plug everything in that you know. We don't know the height. 35 plus 25 is
60.
and then half of 60 is
30. Oh, no, 25.
25 meters. We don't need square meters because we're not talking about area. This is a linear measure.
Is it okay if I did it a different way?
Did you multiply both sides by 2?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yes, wait.
Are we gonna
done
stop
after
at the
this
end of
page?
this class in this case?
Are we just done right here? Yeah, we have to do one. That's great.
Area of a rhombus.
Wait, why are you so confused? I don't get it.
Okay, so this one may be new, where it's the area of a rhombus. Now, just note that a rhombus is also a parallelogram. So in the case where you know that you have the base and the height, you could use the area formula for a parallelogram. However, we also have this other formula involving the diagonals. So if you have the measures of both of the diagonals of the rhombus, multiply those together and divide by 2, or 1/2 times diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Yeah, it's the same thing. So let's find the area. Oh, I don't know why I don't have any kites on here. I might have to look back.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think I did the second one. Can I do it on the thing?
Which one? This one?
The B.
Sure. What do we get for A?
108.
108?
No, but doesn't it have to be diagonal?
Wait, can you make sure I did this right first?
Okay, Jacob.
26.
Because 18's the.
You do the other one.
No.
Yeah.
No?
You have to
Corey?
figure out like the middle.
You
thing.
have to figure out the diagonal.
Oh.
Just using Pythagorean theorem.
Oh, can I do
Can somebody just tell me what the answer is?
Wait, this case, can I do it?
Yeah.
What?
For you guys?
Okay, so for B,
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, x squared equals 169.
yeah, you just have to figure out the other diagonal. But remember, in a rhombus, the diagonals are perpendicular to each other. So you have right triangles. In fact, what do we know about the 4 triangles that are inside of here?
They all add up to a number.
Oh,
Nice.
Jacob.
Wait, Miss Case, if it's at 120? Oh, yeah, I got that too.
And good. Yeah, I was gonna say that. That was the next step, actually.
Wait, but how do you do it after you find the middle?
okay. Well, what did you get for the,
12.
you got 12 for,
For one side. For like each one.
okay, so what is the
Oh,
entire
shoot.
diagonal length?
24.
24. Now what's this entire diagonal length? 10.
So you should do 24 over 2.
No.
It's 120, right?
Why would you do this to me?
I understand it.
Hey, look, we have some more time.
Did you get the answers
That was a
120?
really quick lesson. I don't think the fastest one ever. It was 5 minutes.
120.
One thing I want to add, this formula, it says area of a rhombus. It should also be for a kite. So you could put area of a rhombus just above in that box.
Oh my gosh, this assignment's so long.
Yes, happy face. Good job.
So just right here, it says rhombus. It should also say or